Hi there. Are you somebody who's interested in knowing about Canadian work permit? Do you want to know what are the different kinds of Canadian work permit? Who is eligible for these different Canadian work permits? And what is the process of obtaining and applying a Canadian work permit? If you're interested in any of these topics, this is what today's video is going to be about. That's Canadian work permit. So for details, stay tuned. My name is Hassan Sharik. I practice as a licensed Canadian immigration consultant, RCIC, here in the Canadian city of Mississauga. And through my social media platforms, YouTube channel, and Facebook page, I upload videos on various topics of Canadian immigration. If you are interested in Canadian immigration, do consider subscribing. Your suggestions, comments, and feedback are greatly appreciated. Canadian work permit. As I mentioned, this is going to be the topic for today's discussion. Now, the reason I'm making this video on this topic of Canadian work permit of Canada, is that on a daily basis, myself and my staff, we receive a lot of queries, a lot of communication, emails, text, social media posts from people from all around the world where they ask about Canadian work permit. People want to obtain Canadian work permit. So I thought I'll make this video where I will touch on all the important aspects of Canadian work permit so that people have the basic understanding, and then they can make an assessment if Canadian work permit is something for which they're eligible, or if it is something for which they should be seeking further information. So if you are interested in Canadian work permit, I request, I suggest that you watch this video till the end, because it will be valuable information for you. We are going to look at the different types of Canadian work permit that are there. We will look at the details of some details of each of these types. We look at the eligibility as to who can apply for which work permit, and generally what is the application procedure. And at the end, I will also be talking about LMIA, the Labor Market Impact Assessment, which is an important document process related to work permit. First of all, what are the different kinds of work permits? There are two kinds of Canadian work permit. One is what is called an open work permit, and the other one is an employer specific work permit. Now, as the name suggests, the open work permit, it is not tied up to any employer. You have the option of working for any employer in Canada. There are certain conditions. You cannot work for an employer which has previously done some kind of non-compliance and is on a list for that. But generally, you can work for anybody. So it is not tied up to any particular employer. You might want to work for more than one employer at the same time. So this is what an open work permit is. The second one, the employer specific work permit, as the name suggests, it is connected with an employer or a certain number of employers. There are a few conditions attached. So usually you have the employer's name mentioned on that. You have the specifics of the kind of the work that you would be doing. So that can be there. The amount of work that you can do, that is mentioned. And in some cases, there can be specifics about the location where you will work. Not always, but that can be there. If it is just as recently, there was a lot of hue and cry about the Yukon Community Pilot Program. That's a work permit connected program. So, you have the location as to where you can work. So the two kind of work permits, open work permit and employer specific work permit. So I'll start off with eligibility for open work permit, because this is a query that we see very frequently. People say that I'm outside of Canada, but I'm interested in obtaining an open work permit. Now, open work permit is only granted, or it may be granted only in specific situations. The exhaustive list of possibilities where it can be granted, um, I'll list that on the screen. I will talk on some of the major situations or conditions in which you can obtain an open work permit. So, first of all, postgraduate work permit. So, anybody who completes his or her study in Canada and the duration of the course is at least 8 months, once they complete their study in Canada, and it was at a DLI, they are um, eligible for applying a postgraduate work permit for a specific duration. Now, this work permit is an open work permit because it is not tied to any employer. Such a graduate of a Canadian institution can, once they get the postgraduate work permit, they can work for any employer anywhere in Canada, whatever work they would want to do. It can be for multiple employers at the same time as well. So, this is an open work permit. But for this, eligibility is based on completion of your study from within Canada. The second major instance of obtaining an open work permit is if you are um, a, a dependent family member, like a spouse or a common law partner of um, um, of somebody who is in Canada on a study permit or a work permit. Um, I shouldn't be using the word dependent family member, so I'll take that sort of back. It's spouse or common law partner of a, a study permit or work permit holder who's in Canada. So, say for instance, your husband or your wife moves to Canada to study. For the duration of time that they have their study permit, you as the accompanying spouse or common law partner is granted a work permit which is not tied to any employer. You can work for any employer anywhere, whatever you want to do. So this is an instance of an open work permit. The third major instance of open work permit eligibility is if you have submitted a refugee claim. If you're in Canada and you've submitted a refugee claim and it is with immigration and they're assessing it, the refugee board, because you might be single, or you might be in Canada just by yourself, or you might have your family with you. So the refugee claim process can take a lot of time. So for that time period, government grants an open work permit which is not tied to any specific employer or the kind of work that you can do, so that such a refugee claimant during the processing of their refugee claim can work and can earn a livelihood for themselves, and if they have their family with them as well. So again, this is an instance of eligibility for open work permit. These are the three major ones. Other than these, there are other instances as well, which were listed on the screen. But in most cases, if you are outside of Canada and if you're not intending to accompany a student or a worker in Canada, if you've not completed your study in Canada, if you're not a refugee claimant, you do not have a strong possibility of an open work permit. So, if you do not meet any of these eligibility criteria, then it is better off that you put aside your plan of obtaining an open work permit from outside of Canada, because that's not going to be possible. And if you're interested in employer specific work permit, you should focus on that, for which the details I'll just provide after this. Now, let's move towards the employer specific work permit, something that most people are interested in. The whole concept of uh, employer specific work permits or work permits is that because Canada has a skill shortage, the population is small. So at times there can be instances wherein businesses and employers in Canada want to hire a specific resource, but for a variety of reasons, they're not in a position to find somebody from within Canada, and that's where government allows them to hire somebody from outside of Canada for a specific time period to fulfill that gap. Now, if you want to obtain a work permit, an employer specific work permit, the first step is you must have a job offer. Now, when I say job offer, it has to be from a Canadian employer. So, all those people who are interested in obtaining a work permit, the first step should be you should look for jobs in Canada, apply for jobs. Um, in most instances, an employer who is going to hire a foreign worker has to prove to the government a few things. And for this, they have to obtain a document which is called LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment. Now, in most instances, work permits cannot be issued without LMIA. And as I said, in most instances, there are some exceptions. Um, for an LMIA, the employer who is offering the job has to apply to a government department, which is ESTC, and they have to prove that there is a genuine need that they have to hire a resource for a particular job, and that such a person is not available in Canada in terms of a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, and that is why they are hiring somebody from outside of Canada. So the way this process works is that first they have a job, they advertise that job, they look for people from within Canada. If they're not able to do so, then they apply for LMIA, the Labor Market Impact Assessment. Once they get the positive outcome of that LMIA, that's when, using that LMIA or that job offer number, the applicant who is being hired will apply for the work permit in their own home country. So, for a work permit, I'll repeat, first of all, you need to find an employer who's willing to apply for an LMIA for you. Once that LMIA is approved, that is when you will submit your work permit application in your home country. So, that is the process of obtaining an employer specific work permit. Work permits, in most cases, are employer specific. So, for those who are interested in obtaining a work permit, you first have to find an employer who's ready to offer you a job and apply for an LMIA. So, this is all on Canadian work permit. I believe I would have um, done some value addition, provided you some information which will be of benefit to many of the aspirants out there. One quick statement notice that my firm, we are not in a position to arrange any kind of employment for anybody. We're not a recruitment firm. Um, if you have a job offer which is supported by an LMIA, or it is a non LMIA stream, we are happy to work with you on your work permit application. For employers, we do work with them for their LMIA applications and work permit applications for the people that they pick. But we are in no position to arrange a job offer to help you in being placed on a job in Canada. That's not something that we can do. So, if that is what you're looking for, there are other avenues. You can look at that. My suggestion would be, please don't get into these kind of offerings that unfortunately are there, especially a lot of agents outside of Canada will offer you job placements and job offers, even for PR streams, and they'll ask you for large chunks of money. That is where a lot of fraud and scam happens, and you could be wasting a lot of your money. So that's my suggestion. Not getting into these things, but as a client, as a consumer, as an individual, it is your own choice if you would want to still pursue that. um, that's all from my side for today. Your suggestions and feedback is greatly appreciated, because I use that to make more and more videos and more content on the topic of Canadian immigration for you. Keep supporting all the social media platforms of Sharik Immigration for those who are interested in using our services for any kind of stream, for any kind of service that we do offer. Feel free to send an email, and we'll be happy to connect with you. Till the next time that we meet through another video, take very good care of yourself and your families. Bye bye.